to Coming Attractions with Adrian and Kelly. I'm Adrian.
Hey, and I'm Kelly.
Kelly, roll it! Our first film we are talking about, Independence Day Resurgence, coming out June 24th.
This movie looks all fucking standing.
The sequel to Independence Day, made back in 1996.
20 years ago.
20 years ago. And this film is so, it looks so great because they are doing a real-time sequel where it actually happened 20 years ago.
In our world, the movie happened 20 years ago. In their world, that battle or that war happened 20 years ago. They've had 20 years to get ready for it. Now, watching this trailer, I thought that maybe it was set in the future simply because they had the spaceships and all this and that, and they had the cool plasma rifles or laser rifles or whatever.
It looked like the ammo that the aliens were using on their ships.
Right. So I wanted to ask you, do you think that they took that technology from the down ships?
It looks like what they did was they after the ships went down, they went in and grabbed the technology that these aliens had, because in the first film, the doctor said that, I'm sorry, their technology is far more advanced than ours.
Right.
And so they used that in case of another attack on Earth. And it looks like it looks so. It just looks great.
It fucking.
I just can't say.
I'm
now,
pretty pumped about this one.
Now, in 1996, the main characters was Will Smith.
Right.
He's not in it.
No, well, he was busy with Suicide Squad.
And his character died in those 20 years.
Right.
But you have Jeff Goldblum, who's now in it.
Come back.
Bill Pullman.
Come back.
Vivica A. Fox.
Come back.
And of course, one of my favorite characters,
Brett Spiner playing the Nutty Professor.
Yes, like the doctor or
Yeah.
the scientist in Area 51.
Yeah.
Where would we know the doctor?
It's a little show called Star Trek Next Generation.
And what character did he play?
I'm going to go ahead and say Data.
Thank you, Mr. Data. Mr. Data. He is back in this as well, and this movie, it looks like it's just the effects and everything in it just looks so well done.
But of course, at the same time, Hollywood has had 20 years to perfect their CGI and their effects.
And I do like this, that Robert Emmerich directed the first one, and he has come back to do this one.
Yeah.
And everybody now, I know that we may have
what I like about watching the trailer, the spaceship itself that enters orbit. That's a lot bigger than the last one.
Yeah. And of course they're in the spaceship. Should we be nervous? Well, yeah, a little. It just
Goldblum just cracks.
Yeah, he's just great, and he looks good. I mean, for his age,
right?
I mean, he had to be in his 40s
when this. Well, yeah, I bet when the original came out.
Yeah, I mean, for everybody now, we may have a younger audience that tunes into this. You're going to have to watch the first one that was made in 96.
Yeah, you're going to want to watch it.
Because you'll be lost. You'll be out there.
Right.
And Jeff Goldblum's dad, he came back.
Yes.
The guy that was in Taxi.
Yeah.
He's in it as well. You're going to have to watch the first one to really understand and grasp this second one.
I'm
looks
super pumped about this. This one looks outstanding.
And I said, before on our other show, the only thing they showed us in the Super Bowl was we knew they'd come back.
Right. And that's why they built up the defense system and the offense system, using the alien stack. It's because they knew that they'd be coming back.
And they have this thing called the ESD, which is now the Earth Space Defense.
Right.
And now it's like world peace has happened because all the nations are together now.
Yeah, and their entire goal is to keep Earth safe from the alien menace.
Right. And I think that's kind of cool too.
Yeah.
So it looks just outstanding.
I'm super pumped about this movie.
It just looks outstanding.
You hit it on the head on the other show. The fact that this is the summer of blockbusters. They are hitting on the motherfucking head.
I cannot recall a year
where this many blockbusters
that had just come out.
This many blockbusters come out, and it's just bang, 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 one after another. this movie has got me. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm super excited.
Yeah, it's great. It looks great.
Oh fuck! Another one that I'm really excited about is the threequel to Purge. The Purge election year.
Movie obscura trademark threequel.
The Purge election year, which is coming out July 1st.
Right.
This looks outstanding.
The third
too.
installment. Now, the first one was called The Purge.
Right.
The second was called Purge Anarchy.
The first one followed a guy who made and sold security systems for the wealthy. His house gets broken into, blah, blah, blah. The second one's Anarchy. It's more focused on the people that are poor, down on the luck. The actual victims for most of the purge that goes on is done to the poor, not to the wealthy.
Right.
Now, this one focuses on the politics of the
There
purge.
is a woman who had survived a purge 15 years ago.
Right.
And she's now
running for
she's running for senator.
Senator.
And she is trying to stop the purge. She wants the nation to get rid of the purge law.
That is her stand. She wants to stop the purge. Now, the purge, the reason that that government and that universe has started the purge is a way to eliminate crime. Now, you said that crime is now at 0% because of those 12 hours that the purge happened.
The purge is pretty much anarchy. Murder, rape, arson, robbery, anything that you could think of
And it's
that's
all
against the law is legal.
in those 12 hours.
The police, the firefighters, the ambulances, the hospitals.
None of that shit.
All
is
of
running.
all of that is closed down for these 12 hours, and it is
It's just hell on earth.
It is, and it's hell on earth. Anything goes.
Right. And this trailer, so you're following her, and the government that is seated is really against her taking that stand of trying to stop the purge, because they know they set this up for a reason to stop crime.
Yes.
They don't want it to go back to the old ways.
Yes.
She wants to stop
this-
the purge because she feels that, she feels deeply about getting rid of it because she lost her family. Her family was
Yes.
murdered in front of her during a purge.
In this universe that the purge plays in, crime went down, and it's because they said society needs a way to let it out, to let the anger out,
just a release,
and build it up. So they bring this thing called the purge out, and it's 12 hours. And it's and they get it all out of their system, and then it goes back, and then the 12 hours over
by
the Silent Hill
sirens.
siren goes
It's
on.
preceded by a message that comes up over broadcast system.
Yes, the red screen warning. This
Yeah.
is not a test. The purge will begin.
Yeah.
And
then they
and I
do
do like
and then the Silent Hill.
and I do like this. I do like where they have in this universe they have all the houses and the buildings have these steel crates.
Yeah.
So
the security is really high,
Yeah,
so that people can hide, and that's why the purge is a lot of it affects the poor,
Because
the
they had
the
nowhere to
lower
go.
classes, because they don't have the money for all this security. However, in the trailer, we witnessed the fact that even the wealthy, even the powerful, can get fucked simply by somebody being on the inside.
A dirty mole.
A dirty mole. Now that's what leads me to believe that in this movie that it's the government that's seated, or at least a few members of the key government, are after and want to get rid of this lady because of her stance.
And because they think that if this purge ends, it will be back to the way it was, which was crime ridden.
Right.
This movie looks great.
Oh, fucking fantastic.
And it's coming out July 1st. The Purge election year. Looking forward to it.
Should we end the show on a downer?
We're going to end the show on a downer. July 15th,
Oh,
2016, the summer of blockbusters. It's going to have a dark cloud over for this particular film.
Anybody that loved the Ghostbuster movies 1 and 2 with the great cast, be prepared to be ass raped by this movie.
Ghostbusters is coming out. It is not Bill Murray. It is not Dan Aykroyd. It is not the late, great Harold Ramis. It is not Ernie Hudson. It is women.
Not that we're sexist.
And it just
Yeah, I know.
it visually it looks good.
Again,
But it seems to me, from what I've seen from the previews, they have taken the first two Ghostbusters
and completely wiped it.
and they wiped it out. Now,
Look
I
at-
hate when movies in Hollywood reamp and vamp these things. They do it to Marvel. How many times are they going to do Spider-Man? How many times are they going to do Fantastic Four? How many times are they going to do The Incredible Hulk? They are taking Ghostbusters, which are classic films, throwing it to the wayside, and go, let's start over.
Basically, that's
Hollywood
what they're
is
doing.
stepping on Picasso's here.
They are. They're taking masterpieces and trying to repaint them. So this movie, what I got out of the trailer, is its own version of the original Ghostbusters movie.
Harold Ramis would be turning over in his grave right now.
Would. I think
Now look,
watching the trailer. Although their secretary, their version of Janine was who?
The guy who played Thor, Chris Hemsworth.
You know, so that's kind of cool.
He does look kind
But
of cool.
from watching the trailer, it had its moments where it seemed like it was going to
Now
be
you do have a leading lady in there that is great, Melissa McCarthy. She plays, and she did Identity Theft,
Right.
and she did Tammy, and
Right.
she did The Heat, and she did Bridesmaids, and she was on Mike and
Sandra.
Molly.
Yeah.
She's great. She's very good. And you had Kristen Wiig. Now I believe she was in Pitch Perfect, and I think she was the voice of Happiness in Inside Out.
Okay, I know the happiness. I don't know.
I
Pitch Perfect.
think it's Kristen Wiig.
Okay.
I'm almost positive. But Kristen Wiig, she's well known too. And the other two, I do not know. I think these are newbies.
They might be, yeah. But
Well, there's an African American on there. I think she has been in a lot of the Tyler Perry movies.
Okay.
I think she's been in there. There's a blonde with glasses, kind of like the Harold Ramis.
right,
of the
and that'll
group.
be neat. Sorry, I didn't mean to say neat.
Well, go ahead.
Okay, it'll be interesting to see which one of the girls plays which one of the guys.
I believe that Melissa McCarthy will play the Bill Murray.
Slimer's back.
Yeah, Slimer's back. Yeah, I love Slimer.
In the trailer, even the librarian is back, for God's sakes. That which kind of leads us to believe that it is a retelling of the original Ghostbusters.
It
story.
looked like
Now, do you
the
think-
Stay Puft Marshmallow Man was back.
At the end of the trailer, yes.
Now, I'm sorry though, okay? These, we've talked about this in so many of our episodes on Movie Obscura that they're raping our childhood of movies, where they just go over. I mean, like we talked about Indiana Jones.
Where they fuck with the way that the movie should be.
They nail it with Last Crusade, and then
They should have
bring out
ended
that.
it
Yes.
right there. But the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, once again, we're just getting raped. Our childhood is being raped by fucking Lucas, man.
And look, I'm sorry. The prequels to Star Wars were horrible, but they just keep now. J.J. Abrams is
He's
doing
fucking.
it.
He's now.
And now they're doing this to Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters of all things.
I'm so glad that there were talks a couple of years ago about doing another Back to the Future with fucking Justin Bieber being Marty McFly.
Oh, fuck that.
So I mean, they really are. They're just kind of wonky. But it is the summer of blockbusters, like we said, and we'll just have to wait to see. I'm watching the trailer with my wife. She's super fucking pumped for this movie. Me, not so much.
No.
You?
If I watch this movie, and I will not watch this in theaters, but if I do end up watching this movie, it's gonna have to wow me.
Right. It's gonna
have to blow me away.
It cannot be the original Ghostbusters. It has to be its own version of Ghostbusters. But
And that's what it looks like it's doing.
It
Now,
is.
like I said, now
because
when we talked about this,
there was a machine that was generating this paranormal activity or enhancing it.
right.
So I mean that's something different.
Now I would say
Although
this.
the
Now
program-
I would say this. I would say now. I know this is in hindsight's 2020.
Right.
But if this was a standalone, and I'm going to say it. If this film was not redoing a two films that were so great, if this was just a movie that just came out of nowhere,
Mm-hmm.
and this Ghostbusters, never heard of it. There was no Ghostbusters 1 or 2. then I would give this a legitimate shot.
Oh, sure, yeah.
But
we're so fucking biased against it because of our love for the original too.
Well, the characters that were in the Ghostbusters are iconic to us.
Right.
Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, Ernie Hudson, Rick Moranis.
Movies.
All these guys in the movies they did together. You know, with
Stripes.
Yes, Stripe, Animal House.
Yeah.
Now, did you know this? Did you know that John Belushi was going to be Bill Murray's character, Peter Venkman, before he passed away?
Really?
That was intended for John Belushi as Peter Venkman. Now, because Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray did not get along on Saturday Night Live.
Oh.
But when that happened, he asked Bill to do this. And Harold had to, said, yeah, let's bring him in.
They did it beautifully.
I'm glad
it came out the way it did.
They did it awesomely.
Before this version of this movie got made, there were talks about, when they were talking about doing Ghostbusters again, there were talks about Bill Murray's son, Oscar, from the second one. He was going to be the next generation of Ghostbusters.
Now, I would get into that.
Right, it's a continuation of the storyline.
Yes, they're not
doing it over again.
They're not going to go. Let's just throw this off to the side.
Yeah.
And just bring this whole new thing.
It would be a lot better if it was a continuation. Like, if the girls were the next generation of Ghostbusters, set in 2016, it would be different. But they're doing a completely revamped version of the original.
Here's a question for you. What do you think that these the Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and John and Bill Murray, Ernie Hudson, and Dan Aykroyd, even Annie Potts, and Rick Moranis, do you think any of those are going to make cameos?
I'm pretty sure they would have put it in the trailer if they were gonna.
No, that's the surprise.
You don't think so, huh?
No, I mean,
I waited for that nutty little bastard Rick Moranis to pop up on the screen.
They did talk about Michael Jackson being in Men in Black 2.
That wasn't Michael Jackson.
No, that was really him. That was really him.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, that was really him. And all the cameos in Goldmember, Austin Powers Goldmember, none of those got mentioned because that's the little things that the
little surprise.
Yes. Do you think that any of those are going to make it? I can see Dan Aykroyd doing it.
I don't think Bill would. I don't think Bill really is into movies anymore, doing movies.
No, but he's still good.
Oh yeah.
This is.
Oh, we're sorry we had to end it on a bummer, but I mean, it is what it is.
Where can they find Coming Attractions, Kelly?
You can find us on Twitter. Just search for Coming Attractions, or check us out at the YouTube page, which you're at currently watching us. So leave comments, questions, concerns.
We will more than gladly read them on the air. We are going to be here every week, and instead of scratching the underbelly of Hollywood, we're going straight to the A-listers.
Right. All right, for Coming Attractions, I'm Kelly.
I'm Adrian.
Fuck!
Roll the credits.